Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream. How we doing? Guidelines. There it goes. I think it's going just fine now. The topic of today's stream is called Guidelines to Life because I think at this point we have all heard a lot about guidelines, have we not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out a few things that has worked in my life, things that I actually live by, uh, suggestions, if you will, to look out for the potholes and the pitfalls and all that stuff. Nothing like coffee at 5 in the afternoon. So, what are some guidelines to life? Well, in my experience, I don't take direction from anybody who isn't living what they say they're giving their advice for. Like they have to be consistent with it. Like for example, if I want to get healthy, I want to talk to somebody who lives a healthy lifestyle, right? Not just knows the answers and repeats them to people, regurgitation of information. Like for me, about 2 years ago, I started to just eat meat and vegetables and fruit. I ate a medium rare steak fried in butter almost every day for about 8 or 9 months straight. I wanted to see what it would do. And I know a lot of people be like, "What diet is it? Was it keto?" No, I just wanted to see. And I was very consistent. And I'll tell you, it's the best I ever felt in my life. Now, today, I don't eat a medium rare steak every night, but I eat a lot of meat, fruit, and vegetables. I've been doing that for a long time. And that's what works for me. I'm not a health guy. I'm not one of these people that's like, what you got to increase your. I've learned that if I think too much about something, I just won't do it. You just have to do things. So be cautious of people that aren't living what they're telling you to do. You know? And I think a lot of us, this is where we have found issues with all kinds of things, institutions, uh, organizations, churches. The people that are preaching the most about something aren't even doing it. And you can tell. You can tell. Um, Another thing is we live in a climate where people gossip all the time. I've been guilty of it. I'm sure you all have talked shit about people at some point when they weren't around. What I've discovered is that that is envy. Or people are looking at somebody else's shortcomings to justify their own life and thinking like, wow, look at this motherfucker. I'm better than that. It's a possibility. So I practice virtues over vices, like seriously looking at what people do well, not what they do wrong. It's a practice. It's something you have to do consistently. Again, you start with the people that are closest to you, friends, family, stuff like that. But if you do it consistently, it becomes easier and easier. And your pride will tell you, you know what? Fuck that person. I don't want to say good things because of whatever they did to you. But you have to look at yourself. This isn't about them, it's about you. Because every single person I've ever met in my life is capable of good and bad things. Every single person. Every one. We make mistakes. We don't need to exploit people's mistakes. The point is, do those people learn from those mistakes or do they just keep going on that merry-go-round, right? Either way, speak highly of people. And when you do that, those actions will show to people. They will see that. They will gravitate towards that because people always talk about, "Well, I don't want to be around negativity, negative people just talking." And like, good. We all know those people. I've been one of them. You've been one of them. So you have to be the example. Be the example. Okay. I got a lot here written down today because I'm telling you, those guidelines. Oh, here's a funny story. You ready? So I don't wear a mask. Judge me. Um, I wear a little American flag bandana like around my neck. I might pull it up to get in the store, but other than that, I keep that shit down because I'm not stupid. And I go to the grocery store every day, Meyer in Oswego, and everybody there knows me because I'm there so much. They know my face. I've been going there for years. The staff knows who I am. I'm always in there by myself shopping for stuff. Yesterday, the GM saw me and he came up to me and I didn't have the mask on. And he goes right up to me. This is what he said. He goes, uh, we don't enforce it, but could you just that? And I go, I'm asthmatic. I can't. And he goes, you're okay. You're all right. So right there, you can't enforce it. Number one, the stores can't enforce that. It's a guideline, a suggestion. You don't have to wear it legally, folks. You literally do this to yourself. I can't stress this enough. You do this to yourself. Stop with the bullshit arguments. At this point, you really should start questioning things. So, virtues over vices, okay? And also, that's a true story. Grocery stores, and also, you can sue them, right? Okay, you know that, right? Legally, you can sue your job or any place that says you're required to wear one. You're not. You're covering up your air hole. As of right now, as I record this today in Illinois, it's illegal. So I suggest people, if you really want to make a name for yourself, sue, because you'll win. Very illegal. Um, Going off the health thing, like I said, a couple years ago, I started eating healthy. Basic things that I do: meat, fruit, vegetables. Get rid of all the poison food. If you want to have a healthy body, mind, you have to be mindful of what you consume, both with your food, what you see, what you take in, entertainment, movie shows. This all does matter. I used to think it didn't. I honestly thought, nah, you just watch a show, it's fine. No, it matters. A lot of things have been over sexualized, perverted, all kinds of stuff. So you have to be aware. And once you're aware, you'll see it clear as day. Clear as day. So for yourself, avoid poison food. What is poison food? Anything that's not natural. So again, meat, fruit, and vegetables, stick with that. You'll be great with a cucumber, a banana, blueberries, pineapple, carrots, meat, great. The healthier the meat, the better. If it's not like a cheap piece of meat, if you know anybody that's like a local beef farmer, or you can get farm fresh eggs for chickens, dude, they're the best. Went to the farmer's market a couple weeks ago, got farm fresh eggs. Gonna have a chicken coop and raise chickens to slaughter them for food and to have eggs because it's the best, the healthiest stuff for you. Poison foods. We all know what that is. And if you don't know, let's go down the checklist. We got anything fast food. Get rid of it. McDonald's, Portillo's, Chipotle, Taco Bell. No. Pizza Hut. All these things. Poison. In the grocery store, when you have the choice to decide if you want to eat the healthy food, go look at what the label says. Anything you can't pronounce is poison, okay? Anything that isn't natural. If it doesn't say, wheat or salt or sugar or whatever, if it says don't. Exobiocarbamide red dye number 40, just don't. Put it down. Soy, anything soy, bad for you. They're there. And I grew up on all that food. I feel you. I get it. I grew up on the Kraft macaroni and cheese, fucking TV dinners if you're in a quick hurry, a Hot Pocket. But it's not good. And trust me, when you eliminate this shit, after a while, your body will get used to the good food and you'll actually start craving good, nutritious food. Like, What have I been? I'm drinking carrot juice. Carrot juice, also with ginger and turmeric, and dude, I love it. It's good stuff. If you're gonna not grow your own food, spend a couple extra dollars for that stuff. I know there's a lot of health benefits in juicing, but I don't know enough about it to care. I just know I like drinking carrot juice. It's good. So anything poison food. This is important. Start with the food stuff. And don't lie to yourself like, well, I had a piece of chicken. Now I can have a Dunkin' Donuts donut. No. Stop. I'm not saying never do this stuff. I'm saying try to make it a reasonable ration. Like 90% of your food clean, healthy, natural. Meat, fruit, and vegetables. Can't stress that enough. Not not garbage meat, spend a couple dollars more. It really does help. I was 70 pounds heavier just about 4 years ago. Okay. Consistency. Stop being surprised by everything. I know in the last 4 months it's been absurdly ludicrous to say the least, but stop being surprised. Stop being surprised when you hear about a celebrity possibly being a pedophile. It's not news. It's been around for a while. I know it's just the first time you're hearing it, so it does come as a shock. So I understand the grieving process, denial, bargaining, anger. I get all that. But we're way beyond surprised at this point, folks. In just a couple of short months, um, a lie based in a very tiny amount of truth convinced everybody to change their entire lifestyle. Put a mask on your face and say, this is for your health. So don't be surprised. There's probably going to be some crazy shit coming out in the news soon. I don't know what, but there will be. Don't be surprised. All I see when I'm on the internet for not everybody, there's a lot of people that are on board and aren't completely lost their minds. It's the reactions are all very similar. They're always like, I'm so sad. Oh my God. How disgusting. Can you believe? Yeah. And that doesn't mean once you start to go down and peel some of these levels of truth out, it is a bit overwhelming and alarming, if you're new to it. It's like anything. Whenever you're faced with something new, you don't understand, it's hard to process. And it's even harder to process because of the things like, there we go, like the bad food or the mind stuff. The things you watch. Think about, I haven't watched TV, like I haven't had cable or any of that stuff for like 5 years. So consistency again, and and the information I get on the internet from when I'm checking emails or on what Facebook or something, I get enough. I don't need to. I can piece it together pretty easily. But the commercials and stuff that are out now, especially when this whole thing started, come on, guys, it's called programming. It's been programming since the inception of television. Tune in to your TV program. So, how do you counter that? Unplug it. Stop watching it. This is all about an individual basis. So you have to take control of your life, not the world, but yours. And these are the suggestions, the guidelines, if you will, so you can be okay up here and not be anxiety-ridden, fearful. You'll actually incorporate a lot more joy into your life. So, coffee this late. There it is. Excuse me. stop being surprised. Way beyond surprises. This is the easiest time in history to be alive. Doesn't get any easier. Technology's at its peak. Doesn't need to be more convenient. We don't need less responsibility, to be honest. We need more. I know that sounds crazy because I hated responsibility in my life. I like being calm. But not responsibility in the sense of, oh, you got to work hard. It's about stop siphoning off things for the sake of convenience. Extra action steps, and just relying on your phone to do everything for you. It's the easiest time in history to be alive. Be grateful. You are your own assassin. You do this to yourself. You do that to yourself. Nobody's going to enforce it. I just told you a story about being at the grocery store. Manager approached me, says we don't enforce it, and I told him I can. I'm asthmatic, which is true. I had seasonal asthma, but I'm going to tell you right now, I think I got my seasonal asthma cured from clean eating and a better lifestyle, because it's about lifestyle, folks. Live your life. Live your life any way you want. What irks me is when people live a lifestyle but bitch about it. I don't know why. I can't stop. What are you doing? But the people who live that life and don't bitch about it, like, you smoke for 50 years and you get lung cancer and you're just like, and you don't stop smoking. I get it. My hat's off to you because you keep doing what you want to do. So there's a part of me that respects you. And I respect those people because they're not bitching. I'm talking about the people that live the lifestyle but will not change it, but are victimizing themselves. Like, oh my God, I am in such turmoil that I just can't. Stop. Men and women both. It's on both sides. Stop the bitch moaning and complaining. Stop calling people crazy conspiracy theorists. At this point, you can't say that, especially the last 4 months, because I know, not everything's a conspiracy. There are some that's bullshit, but they're not all not true. We can agree on that. All of them. What it comes down to is when people hear about a conspiracy theory, they get scared because, oh shit, this one belief I had or something it's going to shatter something in their life that either they were ignorant to, didn't understand, or maybe they had a belief. But when they hear that word, conspiracy theory, they throw it out. Stop. Not everything is. And they're all not bullshit either. Some are some are out of this world. And I talked about this a long time ago. In 2017, I'll tell you the story again. I was convinced that I had figured out, based on what other people had done, the stories of like floods and like the Bible and other cultures. There's always a story about floods and the geological evidence, and there was a secondary star that the sun's attached to because it's a binary star, allegedly. And it was called Planet X, but you can't see it. It's only an infrared. But it was going to swing. It swings around every 12,000 years, and the world gets destroyed. And I was like, that makes sense. I feel like we're older than we are. I thought the world was going to end in 2017. It didn't. Now, though, I'm like, maybe it was delayed. It's not an ending of the world, I think, in, hellfire and brimstone, but it's definitely the end of society as we know it. At least from 5 months ago. Not all conspiracy theories are bullshit, guys. There's some that you could trace that have actually been proven. And I know there's a lot of ludicrous ones going out now, but here, People are like, I don't think there's just a small group of people trying to destroy the world. I'm like, I didn't think so either until you just start seeing who runs what organ. Just look into organizations. Who runs them? Then look into people's families, what their father did, what their grandfather did, what they lobbied for, what they put up money for. Dude, it matters. It's not all good. I know that it's on a scale way larger than me and it has nothing to do with me, but I can see it because I don't lie to myself. And they're fun, but I always caution people start off on like level 1 truth, man, because you can't take level 10. You'll fucking flip out on level 10 type truth and conspiracies. You gotta start small. You gotta break a couple of big spells. Some of those are, you know them already, what a lot of people talk about, like moon hoax landing or the flat earth people. And you start there and then you kind of work your way into everything else. You do your own research. I don't need to tell you anything. Again, with the conspiracy theory stuff, though, people then have to question things. And a lot of people just don't want the question. It's important in the sense like you're told a lot of stuff, guys. And we trust people, organizations, medical worlds, hospitals, government stuff, non-government stuff. And if people are like the government lies, it's not just the government. It's institutions, symbols. These things matter that are run by people. People have agendas. People have their own way of doing stuff because we're all pretty much selfish, self-centered by nature. But when you give people power, money, corruption, they'll give into that. The means, motives, and opportunity for a lot of people, it's pretty basic. It's not complicated. The world's very simple, but we complicate it because we think we're super smart. And I've always said, we're so smart, we're stupid. And I stand by that. No one's trying to change your mind on anything. But not all conspiracy a lot of it's mind control, guys. You know, smoke screens, Wizard of Oz type stuff. Bigger than it seems, but really it's just a guy behind a curtain a lot of the time. CIA coined the phrase, or the term, not phrase, conspiracy theories to not question things. Question everything, guys. It's important. And I was talking about layers of truth, levels. You gotta start on like level 1. Like, did we go to the moon? People are like, we totally did. There's a video. Did you see the video? Yeah, I saw it. But didn't you see recently with the SpaceX thing? I did. And you know what's funny about the recent SpaceX launch? During the live feed, there's a mouse crawling on the SpaceX rocket while it's in space. See if you can find that on YouTube. Interesting. Very interesting. I've got a copy of it. Message me privately. I'll send it to you. So, start on level 1, guys. And you got to work your way up to level 10. And then there's all kinds of crazy shit right now, right? People are like, if you're on that level of politics where people are like, this is all about left liberals or the disease and their rights, crazy. Dude, that's a different layer. If you're on that layer, you're only so deep. You got to keep going deeper. You got to look past the smokescreen, guys. Is it AI and reptilians? That's a fun one. I'm like, nah. I used to think aliens were real. Now I don't. Science fiction. People from another planet. Trust me, I used to watch Ancient Aliens and be like, this makes more sense than anything. Now I'm like, I think it's all bullshit. I really do. I really think it was just human beings going, fuck, we need another narrative to push on people. Who makes those narratives? Scientists, smart people, to control the masses. I was watching, what was I watching the other day? What's his name? Russell Brand. He had this astrophysicist woman on. And then she's talking about, like, I like hard data. I like things. I don't like to, I need evidence. And it's like, okay. But as she was talking, she revealed something very interesting. She goes, you know, we like narrative, which is a story, by the way. And if that works in science, we tend to use that to get. She said something, I'm paraphrasing, but watch the video. It's up on YouTube. It's recent, came out in the last day or two. She talks about if we have a narrative that works, we're going to use it. What? Did you just tell me if you have a story that works? Is that what you're saying? That you'll use that on people? That doesn't sound like science or astrophysics to me. That sounds like manipulation and control. Run with this. And it's been going on forever. Simple, what? Just run with it. Use this story. Blast it. Racism. Somebody's going to react. Interesting. Watch that if you don't believe me. But I picked up on that. I go, you astrophysicist lady, you're missing a point. People give these smart people way too much credit, guys. Bookworms, way too much credit. Really. Because we were programmed to think straight A's in school meant you're the smart one and I'm dumb. When common sense seems to just not matter anymore. Common sense is not so common today. Think about that. So, this is about guidelines to life. Be honest with yourself. Always. Tell the truth. Don't lie. Not even to your family. Not even to your closest friend. You tell the truth. Tell the truth about how you feel. Tell the truth about what you're thinking. Tell the truth if you think some of this is, you know it's bullshit, but you don't want to say anything because you don't want to ruffle any feathers because you're too afraid to speak up for your own life. Because you've siphoned it off to other people. You let one man decide for you what's best. And I know people's argument like, well, he has a history. I don't talk about that Dr. Fauci fuck. He's gotten prizes and he's been up on pedestals for decades. And I go, yeah, he's their guy. You know what being a guy means? That's the one they push. When he's called into action, he's being useful, folks. You do know that in my parents' lifetime, your parents' lifetime, the lobotomy was considered the miracle cure for mental illness, not but 50 years ago. My parents were alive. This was your grandparents' generation. My grandparents' generation. The lobotomy, which takes a fucking big old chisel and sticks it right there into your eye and takes out a chunk of your frontal lobe. So you behave. That was considered treatment for mental illness, folks. Our parents' generation, your parents, my parents, grandparents' generation. And you take their word, which, let me tell you again, I did a whole stream about the lobotomy. I did some good research on it. Check it out. It's called modern lobotomy. Today's modern lobotomy is medication, potions, spells. Take these things for anxiety, depression, and all it does is destroy you from the inside out. 50 years ago, the lobotomy was completely acceptable treatment for mental illness. When it first came out, though, it was fought against because people thought it was infringing on what? Human rights. because they would sit a person down in a chair, take a chisel, put it right in between their eyes, and take away a chunk of their brain. All because, there's a lot of different reasons. Look up some of the people that were lobotomized. JFK's sister was lobotomized. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe, the JFK assassination and his sister lobotomized might have had something to do with playing ball. Conspiracy theory. But what's not a conspiracy theory is the lobotomy and the treatment was done. Electroshock therapy around the same time. Guys, that was normal. Normal. And then you let one man speak for the entire world who was alive at the time the lobotomy was normal. Let that sink in just a bit. Stop lying to yourself and thinking those people have your best interest. They don't. It's up to you to take care of your own health. It's up to you. Healthy eating, good stuff in the mind, you'll be okay. You'll live a long life. Chances are you'll never need to go to the doctor for anything. But you think you need to go to the doctor for everything when you don't. Lobotomies. Scary shit. Today, mask wearers. For something that you can't catch any more or less than any other fucking disease. And you'll sit there and comply because you like your comfy life. You like Amazon delivering the next day. You like that. It's okay, but be honest about it. But you want to say the truth. You want to say, something's got to be done by this, but you won't do anything. You're not out there fighting battles. You're getting into arguments with close friends on the internet or family, or maybe complete strangers. You're not calling out wicked shit. You just think you are. And just like that, when I told the store manager I'm not doing it, he goes, no problem. Nobody cares, guys. You're not going to get your way, so you can feel safe. The world, not a safe place at all. Dangerous shit everywhere. That's why you childproof your own fucking house, because you're scared of something happening. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Just accept the fact that no matter how much caution you give, it doesn't matter. Stop hanging around negative people. Start hanging around people that aren't afraid to say, this isn't right. Something is wrong. Point it out. Don't just agree because you're like, oh, you don't care. I'm like, no, actually, I care a lot. That's why I do this stuff. It hurts me when I see people just willingly, not even just like... It's like an army surrendering before the battle even started. Like, just put everything down. Fuck it. Go ahead. I'll get on my knees. You can cut my throat right now. A couple of months of just light poking and not even poking, just it was the idea of poking. That's what happened in this country and the rest of the world who was going through this stuff. Light poking, threats, empty threats of lockdowns, and and then you know what happened? Plexiglass shields, you can't breathe at work, and you just go, okay, I'm gonna be okay. For how long? You think the plexiglass shields are gonna go away anytime soon? You let them put them in. let them put that in. Oh. Am I still going? Damn it. Facebook really doesn't like me. They get real mad at me. Like, this son of a bitch is talking truth. We're gonna cancel his stream. You're like, I know. I know, guys. Well, if I did get cut off, nobody's watching. Oh, let's see. All this is damn technology, and I got the slowest internet imaginable. Oh, there we go. Still going. Right? Okay, I'm going. Well, anyway. I've been saying for months that they really are just pushing news articles and things to stress test us. I think we are all a part of a giant science experiment, if you will. Those nerds. And let me tell you something. When people find out that it is those people, they really ain't going to trust them much anymore, and they're in trouble. They're in trouble because there's not a lot of them, and there's a lot of people. So be careful, guys. Don't think you're so smart, because there are people that catch on to those things. Anywho, be honest with yourself. Don't be scared. Keep living life. Enjoy your family. Have joy. A lot of stuff probably won't go back to normal, but we did this to ourselves, guys. You're your own assassin. In just a couple of months, you convinced yourself that plastic shields on your fucking face, gloves, stupid masks that do nothing, plexiglass that you can't hear people through when you're trying to talk when you're at a service counter, and you got to tell me that's what's going to do it, huh? Woo, man. I mean, I knew we were like, it was a problem with medications and people just giving out drugs like they were candy, but I didn't think people were that far gone. I mean, you can turn it around. That's why you got to start today. Don't be afraid. There's a lot of people on here that are on board with what I'm telling you. And it's not that I'm telling you stuff to make you go, you conspiracy theorist. It's trying to help you break free of these evil fucking spells, man. And we've all had them. We've all been lied to. Every single one of us. And it's painful. It's painful to know the things in your life that you once thought were something amazing aren't. It's trauma-based, man. It's a grieving process. It hurts. It really does. I'm not saying it's easy. But I'm telling you, on the other side of that, it makes you just much more appreciative of the world. Much more appreciative of life in general and good times. So, with that, I will get out of here. Look into some of those conspiracy theorists, and I think you've seen enough people online talking about it that you can't just dismiss it as nonsense and or just think they're all dumb. Truth in everything, guys. So to sell that truth can't all be bullshit. But then there are some things that probably are nonsense. I don't know. I like to know I don't know. And I'll stick with that. So don't take yourself too seriously.